Watch this if you want to get your first wholesaling real estate deal. There are so many wholesalers that get started that want success, that they feel like they deserve a deal. They feel like they deserve to get success and contracts and all these things. And, obviously they end up not getting it. And they always ask themselves, why not? Why did I not have success? Why am I not doing wholesaling deals? Or why am I not being successful like all these other people? Because you're looking around. The truth is, you are not willing to pay the price. For so many wholesalers, and for you, frankly, the cost of you getting a deal is a price. There is a price to be paid for success, for a deal, to escape the matrix of wholesaling. You must pay that price. Now, what is the price? What I found this price is you must change. More specifically, the man that you will become after you get your first deal wholesaling is not the same man that is currently sitting in front of you behind the mirror, wherever you're watching, right? Is a completely different person. Now, that might be scary. Some people get very scared of change, but change is a good thing. Change is all around us. The world is constantly changing every single day. This is not the 1920s anymore, right? Everything is way different 100 years ago than it is today. Now, the thing I will tell you is you will be shocked at the type of person that you become once you start having success. You run the business, you have deals, and you just end up making more money. You'll be proud of this man or woman, whoever's watching this. You'll be very proud of this person. But the one thing I will tell you is to go from not doing any wholesaling deals to then going out here and then doing wholesaling deals, you are not the same person. I don't know one person that has just kind of stayed the same. You get dinged up. There's a couple scars. They're more mental scars in wholesaling than anything. I actually have a lot of scars from physically wholesaling real estate. We can get into that another day. But wholesaling real estate is a very funny thing. The most expensive price is changing. This is the thing. You will not be the same person at the end of probably this business as you are in the start. I'm a completely different person. Now, what have I paid? I have definitely bled for wholesaling. I will tell you this. Lots of blood has been shed, a ton of sweat, and a lot of tears. Now, I'm not a fragile little boy, but I will tell you, tears have been shed in this business of not getting somewhere, trying to get signed, and all these things, but mostly sweat. The thing about this is a lot of people look at wholesaling as stress, and my take on stress is a lot different than most people, because for me, something stressful is there's two things of stress, right? I don't really call it stress. I don't say you have to pay with stress, because stress for most people is you're worrying about something that's within your control, which is just the stupidest thing in the world to me. If something's within your control, you should not be worrying about it. You should control the controllable. It's not like, you have to go make this dime pass. It's like, yeah, no. It's not like you have to go lift 6,000 pounds. Like, yeah, that's not a controllable. I can't physically do that. The thing is like, I can't pay the bills. Well, should you just sit in a corner and just freak out over it? Or maybe you watch this live stream, you actually learn how to get a deal, and you end up getting your knowledge. And now you're not stressed because you're actively making a change. For me, if something's within my control and I can control it, and I'm stressed out about something, I end up not being stressed, because you're not really stressed when you're doing something to remove something that stresses you. Now, that might sound like a word salad, but it's not. If I am stressed that my house is dirty and then I go clean, while I'm cleaning my house, I can't be stressed about the house being dirty. You know why? Because I'm actively making a change. That's it. I have not cleaned my house in a very long time. I have house cleaners now. But the thing about this is it takes me like 4 hours to clean a house. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why. I'm really bad at it. So that's why But the one thing I'll tell you is you have to pay with blood, sweat, and tears in this business. You're also going to have to pay in what I call hard work. And this is the type of work that is way harder than a regular job. Now, the best analogy I can give you, there's only really two jobs that I've personally found that it's work and you're off of work, but you're never off. Number one is going to obviously be if you are like a mom or something like that, like a mother, or I guess a stay-at-home father, if that's who you are. We're kind of like, you work, but like you're always working, but you're not working, but you are working. It's a very intricate thing. I I don't give birth. I don't handle little kids. So all I know is I know that's a constant job in itself. And I think it's a good analogy for wholesaling, because I'll be honest with you, wholesaling is like, yeah, you work 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., but from 10 p.m. to when you go to bed, if you're like me, mentally ill, you always think about wholesaling even when you're not wholesaling, right? I can't be watching a TV show and still not think in my mind a little bit about wholesaling. Maybe I'm just crazy, but I always have to think about wholesaling. When I wake up in the morning, I think about wholesaling, right? The funniest part about it is, it also, for men, it's like being in the military. When you're on like a military base, like, yeah, you're off, but like you're on base, you're still kind of working. You know what I mean? Right. So again, I've never been a mother and I've never been in the military. So maybe these are terrible analogies, but they're the ones I could think of, because for every other job, if you're a cashier, right, you're done being a cashier, you're not thinking about being a cashier for hours at a time after. But in wholesaling, you do this. That's the third one, being an entrepreneur, where when you're not working, you're thinking about work. And when you're working, you're thinking about working. And it's kind of a curse. It's not I'm not calling it a good thing. But one thing I will tell you is you're always thinking about it. And that has a mental toll on you that anything that you have done in a job just is not, it's not a real thing. So in wholesaling, when you're constantly thinking about wholesaling and constantly doing deals, you are working 24/7. Now you're not constantly stressed because you're actively changing life and doing good things, but like you're always thinking about this business. And so you are going to be working hard more than you've ever imagined in your life. Now, if you're a mom, if you were in the military or anything crazy stressful, right? I will tell you, this is relatable and this is way easier than those things. But for pretty much most of those, outside like extreme crazy jobs, you're probably not thinking about it like crazy, right? I think firefighter, policemen, they deal with this too. But really, like for the craziest jobs out there, it's really difficult, and so it's hard. But one thing I will tell you is it's a price that is always worth it. Because let me tell you the truth about being broke. When you are broke, you're never off of being broke. You're always thinking about money. And my favorite part is when broke people tell me that it's not all about money. I'm like, well, don't you constantly think about money? Everything you do. Oh, I can't pay this. Oh, I wish I could have this. Oh, I can't do this. I can't. You think about all these things. Now, I've been traveling a lot of places. I've done a lot of things and I've gone everywhere. But like, I will tell you, for anybody that tells me money doesn't buy happiness, clearly does not own a jet ski. I have a lot of fun on a jet ski. And so if you have no money and you can't be on a jet ski, therefore I'm having a better time than you a lot. And I feel like a jerk saying that, but like when I'm on a jet ski, I'm pretty happy. And the only way I was able to ride on a jet ski is with money. So, checkmate. But I get the gist, right? But the thing about it is, I think most people, if they could snap a button, they would be on a gondola in Venice eating the best Italian food of all time. When you have money, you can do that, and it's really fun. And when you have no money, you can't do that, and you wish you could do it, right? And the thing about it is when you're broke, you're always thinking about money. Now, I have the privilege of being a multimillionaire through wholesaling real estate where, and I'm saying this, I feel like a jerk saying this, I don't look at the price of things. And I know that sounds crazy, but like I go to a restaurant, I just order the steak. I don't care how much the steak is. Now, I will be honest with you. I'm really rich. There's a restaurant called Komodo in Miami Beach. The steaks are $3,000. I'm not at that level yet where I can look at a 3,000 steak and say, screw it. Give me the gold caviar on it. I've been to some places in South Beach, Miami, where I have looked at the price. So actually, I am lying to you. Outside of 5-star restaurants in London, Michelin star restaurants in Paris, and South Beach in Miami, I don't look at the price. But once you start adding, when the meal has a comma on it, I do look at the price. So I'm lying to you. But for most things in life, I don't look at the price. Yeah, I think I overexerted myself there. I was in Miami too last year, and I went. I was looking for things for my mom, and I heard my mom like Chanel, and I went to Chanel, and I thought Chanel bags were like $600. I thought they were like Coach. I looked at the price and almost screamed. I was a multimillionaire at that point. There's zero chance I'm spending $12,000 on a pink CC bag in my life. And I feel like a jerk saying that, but like, so yes, I don't look at the price, but sometimes there's certain things I will look at the price. But that's for a different clientele. Fun fact, I was in Paris last year. I saw a Emirati lady from the UAE. She spent $500,000 in the Louis Vuitton Paris with one credit card. And that motivated me to work harder because I'm like, I'm not at that level. It's just so funny. Okay. But what I can tell you is for most things in the United States of America, all right, I do not look at the price. And I physically cannot tell you how much my electric bill is. It just gets paid. It just goes out, credit card, it just like automatically gets. I don't stress about those things. I don't stress about how much my health insurance is. I don't stress about all these things because I don't think about it. So the thing about this, guys, is that is something I don't think people really realize, but like when you are broke, you're constantly thinking about money. And when you have money, you don't constantly stress about the bills. So when people tell me money isn't everything, it's like, well, it does help. And I personally found, I think the peak happiness for most Americans, I have found about 200 grand a year. It's not a lot. 200 grand a year I found after taxes. Your wife can stay at home with the kids. You're not killed with taxes, even if it's 50% in California, right? You can pay rent mostly, and you have a little bit of money to spend and spoil your wife and kids, right? I personally found $200,000 to be the number for most Americans to be happy in wholesaling. So I think for everybody watching this, that is the goal. That's why yesterday I made a video how to make 20 grand a month wholesaling, because I personally believe that is like the goal starting out for everyone. And once you get to that goal, you're good to go. Now, if you're a single dude, like when I was like 18, 100 grand. That's pretty much it. I'm just telling you, think about that. Now, the price of wholesaling is not money. Now, we're kind of diving into the mindset of wholesaling, then we're getting into the actual information, the education. So this is kind of what we're doing here. But the first thing is, I want everyone watching this, if you have never, ever heard about me, you watch me on TikTok, you're like, who is this dude? What does he want? What is he telling me, right? I'll be honest with you. The cost of wholesaling is never money. And it's crazy to me that I'm the only person, and I don't say that as a jerk. I don't say that because I feel like I'm better than anyone. But I am the only person in wholesaling, I believe, on YouTube that will tell you that you can make 20 grand in the next month with no money at all. That's it. This is why we have the most views, the largest community, the largest following, all these things, right? So here's the thing. The price I'm asking you to pay to get this deal is not your money. Money is not even it's not the reason you're going to be successful or not. The real truth here is it is going to cost you yourself. You're going to have to fundamentally change as a person. You are going to work harder than you've ever worked in your entire life. You're going to have to grind more than you ever have grinded in your entire life. But that's okay. Now, let's get started. Number one, stop learning. If you just sit down and you learn, we're going to quit that right now. Now, this is the part where when on the webinar, someone says, well, you should not learn wholesaling. You shall be in a community, and that community shall be $14,000. And that is how you become successful. My stark reply to that is, it's like, well, no, I just said you don't need money. So yeah, that's dumb. But I'm actually very big on the book learning. So let's change it to let's change it to book learning. All right. And my best analogy of book learning is reading a book on how to throw a punch. I'm telling you right now, if I have somebody who doesn't know how to punch, and I give them a punching bag and say, start punching. If you give them 100 hours, I promise you, they will be better than the person who spent 100 hours reading books on punching. Because wholesaling is pretty much 50-50. It's 50% book smart, 50% street smart. And once you learn street smarts, it's good, but book smarts can help you in another way. The most dangerous individuals that I've ever encountered in my life are ones who are street smart and book smart. If you can really learn both, stuff in your life starts changing really, really, really well. So I'm inventing a word. I call it actucation, whatever it is. But it is the education of action. So the best way I can teach you how to be a good fighter is not by showing you a book. It's not even training you in a boxing gym. It is throwing you behind the ring and trying to fight another person. And I know that sounds crazy, but that is how you gain the most skill sets. In boxing, sparring, with the skill set, sparring is when you get a lot of the skill set up. When you do football, reps, everyone says reps. The best quarterbacks don't gain their skills by just throwing the ball constantly. It's more about learning analysis or looking at plays or looking at films important, but putting actual reps out there, that's the most important part. So you have to do something, not learning, but you learn and earn. If we can all have a mindset that I'm not only going to learn, but I'm going to learn and earn. When you guys can make 10 grand this month while still learning in the course. So I tell most people when you're halfway through the course, stop at the course, start calling and then come back to the course and do both, right? Start calling during your 2 to 7 p.m., then after 2 to 7, then go back to learning. Learn and earn. This is very important. I do not like book smart wholesalers. There are so many people there used to be these people in the Discord that were so book smart. They knew exactly every objection. They knew exactly the right techniques, but they didn't make enough calls. And that is why you suck. Being honest. You guys are not street smart enough. You're just book smart. Guys, you are so much better talking to a seller over the phone by just being on the phones and learning the objections and watching videos of people closing on the phone. So make it an effort to learn and earn. Next, we must remove our governor in our brains, our limiting beliefs. Now, limiting beliefs is kind of like an older person saying, right? We got the book here. Where is it? It's called Awaken the Giant Within from Tony Robbins. Love that book. But basically, he was the biggest proponent on limiting beliefs. Now, I actually shot a whole hour and a half video yesterday about this, so I'm not going to reveal too much about it because it's a pretty in-depth video of limiting beliefs and how to overcome them. But we'll talk about starters, right? Most beginners starting out in this business have this governor in their brain, right? So if you ever look at a golf carts have governors in them. Most of them do. Most golf carts are roughly, I think they'll go like 50, 60 miles an hour, but there's a governor in the golf cart to make sure it doesn't go over 20. The reason is you don't want to go 60 miles an hour if you're like 90 years old and you're driving the golf cart, right? Kind of a smart idea, I would say. But think about this for a second. What happens if you just remove the governor? Then the thing starts going 60 miles an hour. Now, the same thing happens in your life and with your brain. You have this limiter, this self-limiting belief, this governor in your brain that stops you from reaching your full potential. You are at level 4, and this thing says you can only be at level 4. You're never going to get a level 10 or 12 or 13, right? All you have to do is physically remove that governor from your body, and boom, you start making more money. Now, there was actually 5 limiting beliefs that I had in my whole business that kept me stuck at 5 deals per month, and I showed in that video yesterday how exactly I did that. That video will be released in like a week or two, but what I can tell you is you have some limiting beliefs. Now, I think the first limiting belief most people have is they think wholesaling is illegal. Let me tell you straight up to your face right now. Wholesaling is 100% legal in all 50 states. Now, you might be like, Zach, that is a crazy, bold, insane statement that you just said. No, it is not. If you can find me one state where it is illegal to do an assignment of contract without a real estate license in the United States of America, please show me. And I'm a proof person. I'm a proof person. So I read all the laws and I've already showed you how none of the laws even like. So here's the thing. A lot of people online will fight me on this. Let's talk about it. I've read all the laws. All the laws clearly show ways around all these things. So therefore, my hypothesis is I don't think any state has a law against wholesaling. Now let's test the theory. Well, for most states, there's been 5 or 6 years of these so-called regulations, right? It's funny. Here's the thing. Can somebody on this live stream, thousands of people watching this, can one person comment the name? I would love to know this. Can somebody name one person in the United States of America that has ever been fined, harassed, arrested, or whatever for signing a contract without a real estate license in the United States of America? The first law got passed that they said 6 years ago. Still has not been one case. That's weird. Is it because it's not illegal, like I said? Interesting. Fascinating. Let's talk about this too. Here's another fun one. Cold calling without a real estate license. I've gone very deep in the trenches of this. And we just actually got new case law a couple weeks ago about this too. There has been not one person that I found that has lost a lawsuit, that has been sued and lost a lawsuit for cold calling the DNC list for wholesaling real estate without a real estate license. Not one person. I have 5 clear examples of people who got sued by somebody for cold calling them that were on the DNC list, and the case always got dismissed. Guys, you can get sued for anything. So, for example, I see Juan in here. Juan can sue me because he says dumb comments sometimes that are funny. He could spend $3,000 to sue me. Guess what will happen? He'll spend $3,000. I'll probably drop $1,000 on the lawsuit for my lawyer. Guess what will happen? We'll go to the judge and say, Judge, throw this case out. This is a frivolous lawsuit. The judge will see the facts and say, yeah. And then the case gets dismissed and we're going to go. Then I could probably sue Juan for my lawyer bills and then win that too. But we're not going to get into that. And basically it's a free case. There's not been one person. I have 5 now people who are wholesaling without a license that got sued for DNC and won every case. They didn't even win the case. They got dismissed. It didn't even go to a trial. So the thing is, there are clear laws in the United States. One of them is robbing a bank. Can we all agree that robbing a bank is real? Is a real crime? Something you'd be arrested for? Well, I read the law and I think robbing a bank is legal. That's my devil's advocate. Well, what you'd say is, well, this guy got arrested yesterday for robbing a bank. I think going over the speed limit is legal. Well, here's a guy that got pulled over and he had to pay a fine. He was going 70 in a 50. Can somebody show me any proof of one person? And I've been saying this for 6 years now. Crazy to me. Guys, ever since South Carolina was illegal, the month after that law passed, that they said it was legal, I did 5 wholesale deals. I was waving the checks everywhere. I said, come get me, bro. And then I had 50 of you guys post your checks in South Carolina last year and this year. And I say, hey, we'll all be bunkmates. We'll all be cellies, you know? We'll be making ramen noodles together and playing basketball. I don't know. I only know prison movies. But the funniest thing about this is everyone tells me wholesaling is illegal. Guys, just show me one person. We have millions of wholesalers. Show me one person. The only way people get arrested for wholesaling is if they fraudulently forge signatures, they forge deeds, all these things. Now, let me tell you something that I want to. This is my flex. All right. If you cold call with a real estate license, if you're a licensed realtor, did I say that correctly? Or should I put more emphasis on the or? Okay. That's just me. That's just me flexing on realtors all day. You know the vibes. If you are a real estate agent and you're licensed, which everyone who's a real estate agent in wholesaling tells you to get, Did you know it is illegal to cold call the DNC list if you're a licensed real estate agent? It's illegal because you can sell a service. Now, if you are not a real estate agent, you can cold call the DNC list. It's hilarious. We just had. I'm gonna rest my case on this. We had one of our members. Let's see where my boy is. Let's see our guy. Let's see. We had somebody in the community actually reach out to the lawyer about this, and let me show you what the lawyer said, because everyone loves to bring lawyers up. So let's go to the lawyers here. Let's go here. Where is this guy? Here we go. Here we go. Alex messaged his lawyer in New York. All right. Hopefully he has permission. But this is why I got to join Wholesaling.com, by the way. He texts his lawyer. Guess what his lawyer said? Look. His lawyer said, "Hey, Mark, hope is all well. Do you know anything about the TCPA law and cold calling the DNC list for real estate? More specifically, asking if they want to sell their home. The DNC list is specifically made for consumers to regulate or block incoming calls from telemarketers. As long as you aren't trying to sell them a good or service, you will be okay." Wow. Asking if they want to sell their home isn't considered telemarketing only if you are not. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. A little sniffle there. Not a licensed agent. If you are a real estate agent, they can bring you to court claiming that you tried to list their house, a service, even if your intent was to purchase it. As always, respect their wishes if they demand not to be called, or if they exclaim that they are indeed on the DNC list. I hope this answered your question, Alex. So shout out to Alex right here. He paying an actual lawyer. Okay, homeboy paid a lawyer to get the answer for us from an actual real estate. All right, deal in New York if you're in New York. Okay, but does that answer? Like, are we done with this? Are we done with this? Like, guys, think about it. The only people telling you that you should not cold call are people who are realtors. There are wholesalers that are realtors with real estate licenses. You shouldn't cold call because, yeah, for you, dumb realtor. And then they try to sell you some other marketing thing, I bet, right? So I'm just telling you, stop with this limiting belief. Next, most of you don't believe you can actually do it. This is insanity to me. You don't think you can do it? How many more thousands of people do I have to show you who are getting deals across the world for you to start believing that you could actually do it? This is crazy. Guys, let me tell you something. All right. I did a live stream last year, a couple months ago, and I was so sick of people believing they couldn't do it. I have no money. I have no. By the way, guys, I teach you how to do it all for free. By the way, right? You know me. But it was driving me crazy. So I said, I clicked the live button. I said, "Hello, Americans, people of the world. I'm not getting off this live stream until I get a wholesale deal. And here's the challenge. I have no money at all. $0 and only internet connection. You're streaming me live. I'm going to order Uber Eats. I don't care if this is a 12-hour marathon, whatever. I'm not getting off. This is how confident I was in my abilities. It was one of the most epic live streams ever in wholesaling. No one has ever been able to top this. No money at all. I'm not getting off here till I get a deal. Done. And I did not do on market because that's stupid. Chat, how long did it take me to get a deal? How long did it take me? It took me 90 minutes for me to get the guy off $60,000 off his price. So when you go tell me that my stuff don't work, it's 90 minutes. That's all it took. 90 minutes. And you're telling me that you can't do it? I love my personal favorite thing, maybe because I'm a troll at heart. I like going to people who think they can't do it or their market sucks. I go on their market and get a wholesale deal just to flex on them, saying you could have got this lead, but you were too lazy. You were being a lazy bum today. I used to love going to FSBOs and being like, well, you could have gone to FSBO in your own city, but I went in your own dang city and got you. It's so crazy to me. Drives me nuts. Guys, you can do it. Now, let's talk about the other thing. A lot of people believe that they don't deserve a wholesale deal. They don't deserve it. Well, I'll be honest with you. You don't. I'm going to give you straight up to your face. You do not, right now, you do not deserve a wholesale deal. You don't deserve to retire your mom. You don't deserve to get rich. You don't deserve any of these things. You deserve to be a broke bum right now. Now, I know you might be offended what I'm saying, and I'm not saying that to like hurt your feelings, but like the version of you right now deserves all of the things in your life that suck financially. I'll be honest with you. This is why you have to change. You have to change as a man and as a woman. You have to be a person that doesn't make excuses in your life anymore. You have to be a person that doesn't feel like a loser all the time. You have to be a person that doesn't feel like life is just happening to them. You have to be a person that takes a stoic approach on life. If this is controllable, I control it, I make a change. If something bad happens in my life, I'm going to take it on the chin and not complain about it. A lot of things that suck in your life can be completely avoided if you just man up and decide to make that change. But the problem is so many people decide that they are just okay with the quality of life that they have right now. They're not willing to change. They're not willing to live a life that they know they deserve. But I'll be frank with you, you deserve nothing when you are a person of weak character, a person of weak mindset, a weak constitution of a man. And the fun part about this is you can change who you are in a snap, but it takes you actually believing that you are this changed person. Once you start changing the way you look at life, the way you get up in the morning, do you get up in the morning like, oh, you have to get up in the morning and say, oh my gosh, thank goodness I am alive. I have air in my lungs. I am okay. I am healthy. My family is healthy. This is such a blessing to be alive. It's not a religious thing. Guys, can we all say it's just a blessing to be alive? If you are not in pain, you're not suffering, this is great. You deserve it once you make that change and once you start becoming a winner. But if you don't think like a winner, you will never be a winner. So you must change. Also, a lot of you believe that you don't know anything. That's why you can't get started. You don't know everything. And that's okay. I don't know everything either. Guys, I have zero clue what this year is going to hold in the political and economic landscape of the United States and the world. Who knows what could happen? I have a pretty good idea, but I'm not 100%. I always put there's about a 90-10 for a disaster this year. 10% chance something crazy happens, like that changes real estate forever, or like craziness, right? But 90% things are going to be status quo. I have no idea, right? I've always said this, and then 2020 happened, and boom, right? You know what I mean? So like, I don't know everything either. But one thing I can tell you is if there's a change, the only thing that's stable in real estate is that there's change. That is it. That is literally the only thing that's stable. The thing I do is I do a lot of analysis. For example, we got, have I shown you guys this book? This is a subject to creative finance book from the 70s called How to Stop Foreclosure by Morris Beaufort. And this is a great subject to book. Now, this was a book from 1983 from, what's his face? This is a great book if you find it. Hal Morris. And this is a guy, he wrote a book called Crisis Real Estate Investing. And he basically explained how he was able to get rich in the 1970s with it was like 10, 11, 12% interest rates. So you're going to ask me, Zach, what if interest rates go up to 12%, 13% like in the 70s? Guess what? I have a book right here from a time period of a guy that got rich during 12, 13% interest rates with the power of creative financing, subject twos, lease options, all these things, and a little bit of wholesaling. So you want to ask me what's going to happen? Guys, I already have the playbook. I already got the playbook right here. And I already know what to do. I'm going to tell you the same exact stuff, right? Like, come on. We got books from the 90s, the 80s. We got books from the 70s from a guy that learned from the 50s. We have books from every period in the United States when it comes to real estate investing. So whatever happens, high inflation, I go back to those books. Low inflation, I go back to the books. Any type of wholesaling, high growth, low growth, stagflation. Guys, I'm telling you, I've read the playbooks, and this is the cheat code that no other real estate wholesaling person in the industry does. Is they look at the past and they understand that the past does not repeat itself, but it rhymes. So Mark Twain said this, and this is the most true quote I could hear. But the history never repeats itself, but it rhymes. So we have had crashes before in real estate. Nothing is bad. 2008. We've had high inflation, low inflation. There's always ways to make money in between. So yeah, I'm telling you, I don't know everything. But I'll tell you is that's okay. One of the last ones is the shortcut is not real. The shortcut is sold confidence. Now, let me take a sip here before I just expose everything again. I'm going to get in a lot of trouble here, but I'm just going to say it. Do you want to know the truth of every success student in a real estate wholesaling mentorship program that is paid over $8,000? Let me tell you the truth here. And I've had the personal coaches tell me to my face. They told me why freewholesaling.com is going to fail on its butt. They told me this to my face and Rick's face. They said, let me tell you the real reason why. And they try to get me to, everyone's trying to convince me, even to this day, to get rid of freewholesaling.com, make it a $8,000, $9,000 thing, and I can make tens and hundreds of millions of dollars, which is the truth, but whatever. I'd rather wholesale houses. But they said, the reason why, like, Zach, why do you say that like our info sucks? Because like, it's never the info of why people buy our course or our program. It's never that. And the reason they're successful is not because of the information. And I'm like, yeah, I know your info sucks. They're like, but let me tell you the secret, Zach. They said people pay us $8,000 because of the confidence that we sell them. When they pay $8,000 to me, who's all sleazy and nice looking or whatever, they buy that confidence from us because I'm so confident they buy it off of me. And therefore, when they pay that $8,000, they feel confident now because that they are now a student under this person. And now they feel like they're finally somebody. They're confident in themselves because they bought the person's program. They have some prestige in their life. That is the real shortcut that people sell. It is confidence. Now, that might seem like a crazy statement, but like that's the actual truth. These courses are selling you confidence. And confidence is just like the Wizard of Oz. It's so stupid. If you ever watched the Wizard of Oz and you saw like the lion, he always wanted courage. I think confidence, courage, whatever. Same thing, right? It's the cheesiest line ever. But, they said, oh, Mr. Lion, confidence has been within you all along. And that's basically what these wholesaling programs are. And I'm not here to bash anyone, but like, they're not even worth bashing at this point. But the thing is, we've grown on this. I'll tell everyone, like we have grown past, and I hope everyone in the comments understands this. We have grown past the whole real estate coaching thing. Like, I'm not even here to bash anyone anymore. We have grown so above this that we are now the largest wholesaling community. If you look on our YouTube, our Instagram, all of our social medias, we have the most views, the most watch time, the largest community. I have the 3 largest wholesaling communities in wholesaling real estate, all under me and Rick. We are wholesaling now to this point. We're the largest ones out of everywhere. So there's no more bashing anyone because we are now the largest ones. When the largest, we don't talk at the bottom here anymore. But one thing I will tell you is people still pay these programs because they're looking to buy confidence. And if you can inject that confidence within yourself and actually find it, you don't need to go pay a program. You just get started taking action. A lot of people sell you a shortcut too. They try to tell you, hey, the shortcut to wholesaling is doing on market. I'm telling you, that is not the shortcut. And I just have statistics to back me up here. The reason why people succeed on market is because they're like the 1%, right? 1% of those people succeed. when it's like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 50, or whatever it is in ours, right? So the thing is, if you could see it on market, you can absolutely probably double your income on off market. That's always, it's like if you're a really good soccer player, maybe you'd be way better at football. So I'll tell you this, my last statement on paid mentorships. Most people that pay for mentorship, they pay for it, and they come back, they fail, and then they come back to us because they have no money anymore, and then they become successful. And I tell everyone the same thing every single time, and everyone rolls their eyes. Zach, I paid $9,000 and it failed, and now I got you. Now I'm making $100,000 a year. The thing is, I could say, told you so, loser, which I don't want to do. That's just kind of stupid. But the one thing I do tell them is I'm like, well, if you were to spend $9,000 to find me and learn from me and be in my community for life, that's really cheap. It's really cheap to be in freewholesaling.com for only $9,000. That's a really good deal. That's an insane deal, actually. For life, Discord calls every single Friday night. That's a great deal. That's how I do it. So here's the question. How do I get my first deal? Now we kind of have the mind right. We're going to get the information right. One word, momentum. This is how we start having success. Momentum. It's a small thing. Now, I never own this word. I'm not saying I own this, but this is something I really like. It's called the upward spiral. Now, everyone talks about the downward spiral, right? Hey, you lose your job, you start drinking at the bars, you beat up somebody, you go to prison, your wife leaves you, your kids don't talk to you anymore, and your life gets worse, and then you blah, 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 right? And then you go to prison forever. I don't know, whatever. And then you start selling a wholesaling coaching program. That's the bottom of the list, right? That's how you know you really didn't make it in the wholesaling. But the one thing I will tell you is the upward spiral is the same thing because it's momentum. When you start doing bad things, I don't want to get in the laws of the universe or anything like that, but like once you start doing bad things, your karma goes in the bad area. So what I mean by this is when you start doing bad stuff, bad things in your life generally occur. When you do good things in your life generally occur. So the best example for this is if you start exercising. When you start exercising more, you tend to be like, you know what? I'm working really hard to exercise. Why am I just going to go get fat while exercising? That's pretty stupid, right? So, I mean, it's pretty dang stupid. So, there we go. So, you start doing that and then you start eating right. When you start eating right, you start losing fat. Your cholesterol goes down, your blood pressure goes down, and then you just end up losing a bunch of weight and feeling better. And now your life ends up being better because you're just doing positive momentum. Momentum doesn't care. You could start eating Twinkies all day and then you start gaining weight. Then you stop working out and then you get really fat and you get a heart attack, right? Momentum doesn't care which way it goes, good or bad. There's no it doesn't lean towards good. It doesn't lean towards bad. It just leans towards where you're going. That's why if you have momentum and you're going left versus right, the ball doesn't care. It's where the momentum's going. It does not matter, right? Sports is like this. I know this is kind of more like theory, but like momentum doesn't have a favorite in sports. If the momentum has shifted to the other team, team A, it's good. Then if an interception, pick six, momentum might go to team B. It doesn't matter. Okay. Momentum doesn't care. So let's talk about positive momentum. One positive will lead to another. So the upward spiral of wholesaling is pretty simple. If you want to make more money, you got to start from the bottom. The bottom is do more marketing, cold call more, text more motivated sellers. Once you start doing this, you will magically get more leads. Shocker. But when you get more leads, you tend to get more accepted contracts. You get more properties locked up. When you get more properties locked up, you start selling more deals. Crazy. When you sell more deals, you get more checks. You make more money. Shocker! But it's true. Guys, the upward spiral is so real here. The more marketing you do, the more leads you get, the more contracts are made. So if you want to make more money, start marketing more. So the downward spiral works the same exact way. All right. So I'm going to go to the ancient. I'm going to the ancient text here. Okay. I'm not doing a religious talk or something, but I will tell you a lot of old principles and traditions from old scriptures and text are something really important, right? So if you read any religious text from like thousands of years ago, there's usually some wisdom within that. And what I always look at the 7 deadly sins, right? I'm like, well, there's a reason why they're deadly sins, right? Probably they're things you should avoid doing in life. I'm not going to get into like, is it completely true or not? But one thing I will tell you is like, the 7 deadly sins are a pretty real thing. Now, a lot of them are, what are the 7 deadly sins? They are sloth, pride, greed, envy, lust, sloth, greed, wrath, envy, pride, and gluttony. So, interesting. All right, cool. So, what I'll tell you is, yeah, everyone will indulge in some of these, I guess. But like, one thing I will tell you is there's one really bad one, and one I wanted to kind of talk about today. But sloth is a sin. Now, it's not a sin to be a sloth. We love sloths. Guys, see the Super Bowl commercial with the sloths? They're so cute. I love sloths. I wish I could have a pet sloth. That'd be kind of sick. I have a little tree right here for him. I have the money for it. Mike Tyson had a tiger. I could have a sloth. Okay, we'll talk about that later. But sloth is a sin. Now, I never really looked into it, and then I was kind of thinking about like how to write this video the right way for like a beginner. And I kind of look at my journey, everyone's journey, and all the deals and new deals I do, and I'm like, I kind of went back into sloth. I'm like, well, why was relaxing such a bad thing? Because people are supposed to relax on Sundays, right? Why would they write that? And then I kind of looked more, and it kind of explained it a lot better. And it was something that was so awesome that I loved. Everyone's like, what is sloth? What is sloth, right? We love sloths, right? But here's a really cool part, okay? Sloth is the wasting of your life and your talents. Now, in the Bible, I'm not getting any religious thing here because we don't do that here. But like, the one thing is like, well, life inherently is precious. Whatever religion, whatever you don't believe in, like, can we all agree here that life is precious? We don't get a second shot at life. I mean, I guess if you're Buddhist, maybe. I'm not getting into that. But like, the thing is, for most people, you get one life. You get no other do-overs, right? Life is precious. To waste 40 years of life on something it is terrible. And the point of it is not to waste it. You are given this opportunity. You are blessed with life. You should not go out here and waste it. And human beings, whoever you are blessed with certain talents, right? You are blessed with certain talents. And the thing about this is sloth is those things. It is wasting your life and wasting the talents blessed to you. So if you have the talent of protecting your family, of helping others, of having a life that you are proud of, and just exercising the complete potential of your life, that is amazing. But to let that waste is a waste. It is a sin in the Bible, right? Interesting, right? And to waste your talents is absolutely terrible. So, for example, look at me. My life is where I'm at now. Am I at the greatest pinnacle of where I believe I can be as a human being? No. I believe I have a lot more growing to do, and I believe I'm getting closer to that goal, right? I think there's so much more I can do, and I'm so excited about that, and I can help more people. I personally believe I can help more people and change more lives and make more money. But money's not the goal of it. It's just it is a symptom of what I do. But one thing I will tell you is, when I was a broke bag boy, was that the absolute pinnacle of where I could be in life? Is that where my life was meant to be? Is that exactly the best use of my talents, of where I could be? No. So I would argue, and this is when religious people start attacking me, if you decide, if you are an amazing singer, you have a love for the arts and teaching kids and all these things, and you decide to yourself, that you're just going to be a janitor making $30,000 a year. And you could be a way better dad or mom if you were making $100,000 a year. I would argue to tell you that potential always comes to being a son, a daughter, a father, a mother. And if I was making $30,000 a year, and if I had a kid when I was 18, I don't know, would I have been the greatest potential of being a father, being broke at making $30,000 a year? No. I think money doesn't make you a good father or not, but I feel like if I had more money, I could be a better father, right? I could buy my daughter flowers all the time if I had the money for it. I think that makes you a better father. I don't know. I'm not a father, but like that's just simple things. And for me to be able to be the best father, the best son, the best person in general, being a broke bag boy was just not in the cards of me unleashing my future potential as a person. And I personally believe that, one of the ways I'm on this earth is to help other people too. And I always thought it was like making a bunch of money and then giving it out. But it's also the giving of knowledge, because with knowledge, you're able to make money with the knowledge. This is why I'm disseminating this information to you. Because what if I just gave you $10,000? Yeah, that'd really help you in life. Or I can give you a skill that can make you $10,000 an hour for the rest of it. So it's like, would I rather give you 50 fish or teach you how to fish? Right? It'd be more advantageous to teach you how to fish for a week than just give you a bunch of fish. Right? He'll eat for a day. Teach the man to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. And this is what I'm telling everyone right now. Do not waste your precious life. Do not waste your precious talents. If you want to be a talented singer, get rich wholesaling and then start singing on the side. Why not? Do not waste your given talents that you were blessed with on just being a broke janitor or anything like that, right? So start thinking about that, okay? If you want to become the best person you can be, I would argue getting rich is one of them. Let's do real talk for a second here. If you want to be the best father, I'm talking to the men here, if you want to be the best father, do you think working 60 hours a week at a stupid job is really the best way to become a father? Or maybe it's being rich wholesaling, buying a stupid amount of rental properties, retiring, making $100,000 a month from your rentals, and then being there for all your kids' sporting events and being the best present father and husband you possibly can be. I believe that will make you the best father, having the most time with your loved ones. That's why I do. Because I'm not telling you all these things so you work 100 hours a week and you're not a present father, husband, daughter, whatever it is, right? It's so you have the ability to buy assets that will buy back your time and give you passive income so then you can be with your loved ones. The point is not to run up $1 million to go buy a Lambo. The point of running up $1 million is to buy $1 million of rental properties, which will then give you $100,000 a year for the rest of your life. That's the point. Here's the thing. This is why I give out my info for free. Trust me. This hurts to say, but it doesn't hurt. Do you understand how much money I could make if I just shut out? I did one live stream a week. I sold you guys a $10,000 mentorship program for my community. And I had like some salespeople. Do you know how many tens and hundreds of $1 million me and Rick can make in the next 10 years doing that? It would be the largest wholesaling program in history. It would be insanely profitable. I would be swimming in money. But was I put on this earth to do that? No, I was put on this earth to make a change. And I believe, and I know this is really like ageism to say, but like it is a young man's game to change the world. There are some older people that do it, but I will tell you this, it is a young man's way to change the world. And all of the people that I look up to that made the greatest change in society in the world, they were always under the age of 30 when they did their thing. Musk, Bezos, all these guys, under the age of 30 when they decided to make a great change in the world. And wholesaling real estate industry blessed me so much. Was I just going to go back and just be this shill that just sells a $10,000 course and program? Or because I have all these millions of dollars, I don't need to work anymore. I'm just going to use all that free and fun time to go out here and give it all for free. Everything in my head absolutely for free. That's what I do. That's what Rick does. It's why we do what we do. And it would be sloth. It would be a waste to hide this information behind a $10,000 paywall. Me and Rick had this massive realization last year that we just got to give everything for free. We made Flipper Plus for free. We made it all free. And for X Leads, obviously, we can't make that free because we would lose tens of millions of dollars. So I'm not going to spend $100 million to make X Leads free for now, I guess. I don't know. But we made it the cheapest possibly can where it just makes no money. And that's why X Leads is the cheapest software out there, but it over delivers everything, right? That's why we say X Leads is the best. Like, it's why X Leads, I think, is the third or fourth largest wholesaling software out there. It's going to be top 2, eventually be the biggest one in the next couple of years, because it's the only software that's 97, comes with a Go high level account, comes with unlimited free skip tracing, comes with a dialer, comes with texting, comes with e-signing, comes with a dispo or whatever. I'm not getting into it, but like, that's what we do. Give it all for free. Now, if you have no money, what do? Government lists. Pretty clear. So that's why the first thing when you join our community, freewholesaling.com. Oops, we got to unpin this. This is not Monday anymore. We have this. Instantly download millions of court records for free. So this is the first thing we share. We show exactly how to pull government lists for free now. So if you look at this map here, if you're in the red dot, we have government lists already set up for you. So all you do is just hover over it and say, yep, we have Kansas City, Missouri. So just go find it and then go from there. Toledo, Ohio, here are the probate list. We can go to Duval County. Here are the probates. Here are the pre-foreclosures. Here are the liens. So pretty much the top 100 markets. So for most people, we decided to do this too. We're just giving everything out for free. This is one of the things we did. All right. You pull government lists anywhere you want. Simple as that. Simple as that. Anywhere in the world, boom, you're good to go. Now, obviously, you guys should take all this data, put in X Leads, so you get free unlimited skip tracing, $49 a month. But I'll tell you this, all these government lists, get it right there. Simple. Simple, easy as that. So yeah, government lists. Simple. All you have to do is just go here on the spreadsheet, which is in freewholesaling.com. So we'll put it on the bottom for everyone so we don't forget it. But it's freewholesaling.com. That's my free community. I like saying that word. It makes people very upset when I say that. I don't know why I trigger people when I say that, but I do. My free community, freewholesaling.com, completely free. And my course is all intertwined in there. Now, it's pretty dang cool to have that. But yeah, that is how you start doing. $0 budget, government list. We teach you how to do it inside of freewholesaling.com and show you how to do it. Now, if you had $100 to $500 a month budget, what should you be doing? I would say first get X Leads, go to xleads.com, pull the government list, import it, use the Drawing for Dollars app on X Leads, post some digital bandit signs. In freewholesaling.com, by the way, we have something called the Digital Bandit Sign Academy. So go to Classroom. If we go down here, these are all the courses we have inside of here. We have our JV contract we just uploaded in freewholesaling.com. But right here is called the Digital PPS 3.0 is also in freewholesaling.com, absolutely for free now. PPS 3.0 is large. How big is PPS 3.0? It's pretty big. But yeah, so if you go here, Digital Bandit Sign Academy, how many modules are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 modules in the Digital Bandit Sign Academy. Teach you how to do it right there, absolutely for free. And I would reverse drive for dollars. I would do the cold calling and the texting within Ninja Moto and X Leads is very, very cheap. And you're good to go right there. Drives me crazy. $500 a month, I would use VAs, scale it for calling and texting. Probably at $500 a month, you can do that by yourself, and then you pay VAs, you can pump it up a little more. Juan says, I'd be surprised if somebody steals your list and sells it. They can't. You can't legally sell a government list. So I don't know. So would somebody go to the courthouse, take the information, and then sell it? That's pretty illegal. If you see that, I mean, I think you should report someone that does that. Can you sell courthouse leads? Let's see here. Government data. I don't think you can sell government data. Let's see. Sell courthouse data. Let's look here. Be fun. Let's see here. Yeah, for most states, it is extremely illegal to resell the data. Some of them you can, but for most, yeah, I looked at, yeah, it's a very, nobody will do that because that's super illegal to do, especially if it's public. There's laws in many jurisdictions about that, and you have to sign a lot of disclosures. So yeah, that'd be really weird if somebody sold the lien list, for example. That'd be crazy. Or if they sold the, I don't know, probates or something like that. There are some you can get a subscription and resell, but for most of them, it's very illegal to do that. But yeah, people will sell our leads, and that's okay. That's okay. It is very illegal, and we'll see how it goes from there. But yeah. So the other question is, how do you talk to motivated sellers? Pretty simple. How do you talk to a motivated seller? Be a human being. How do you become a good closer in wholesaling? How do you get good at acquisitions? Be a human being. This really sounds crazy. I know it does. But we have all our scripts inside of freewholesaling.com. We show you how to talk to sellers. We show you how to deal with objections. And the truth is, if you just use our scripts, you're fine. You will be good. You'll be making a ton of money in this business. But I plead everybody, you being yourself is way better than you pretending to be me. Now, there's only one Zach Ginn. You can imitate me. You can say whatever, like you could try to use my personality, but I am myself because I'm naturally the way I am. If I pretended to be you, I'd be really bad at it. The thing is, when I'm naturally myself, the seller sees that authenticity, they see that confidence, and I get the deal done. That's why I don't close the way Rick closes, because his personality is a lot different. My personality is way different than Rick's. It's not a bad thing. Our fundamentals of wholesaling are the complete same, but just our personality, we do things are completely different. So that's why there's different closing methods that work and don't work. For example, good cop, bad cop. That is the closing method that I always use. And the one thing I will tell you about good cop, bad cop method is I created that method because of what I actually did in wholesaling. What do you mean? Well, when I got started wholesaling, before I'd go on the appointment, I would ask my dad, Rick, I would say, hey, what do you think the MAO on this should be? He said, 100. I said, well, I got 120. He said, 100 is where I'm at. I said, okay. Went to the appointment. I said, tell my partner, Rick, he said he wants to buy this around 100,000. I'd shut up, get the reaction. I said, whoa, that's where he was at, not me. I could be like 110. And then we negotiate from there. And then people misconstrued that as me being, me lying to a seller, which is like, no, Rick, I always went to Rick and he always told me. And I'll tell you this, you're not lying doing that with the seller, because if you have X leads spits out a wholesale offer value. And I will personally sign whatever you want to, saying that is the wholesale value that Zach Ginn has co-signed. So if you want to say Zach came out with an offer of this, well, it's my software. So yeah, I will back my word up, and that's where my wholesale offer is at. There's no lying to that because I calculated it. I just did it in a software in real time. So yeah, you can be mad at me all you want, but like, that's the truth. And I wish I had that starting out. So for example, if you go to X leads and I just choose like a random property, let's see. Let's do this one. By the way, people ask me, Zach, what's the difference between this software and like this other one? I'm like, well, do they have free unlimited skip tracing? Is there phone numbers that pop up when you pop up a lead? They say no. And I'm like, well, why are you comparing it? Right? So funny to me. But go here. There's a wholesale value on this property. Boom. That's the offer Zach told you to be at. So there's no lying. Good cop, bad cop. That's the offer Zach told you to be at. Done. So don't feel bad doing that. Rick also likes Rick's personality is a little different. He doesn't like that the best way. But I'll tell you this, okay? The dollar bill method is something he likes, and I've used the dollar bill method. I will tell you this. The dollar bill method does work. I will tell you that I have found better approaches doing different types of wholesaling. So let me give you an example. The dollar bill method is basically like, well, hey, Michelle, how much do you want for the property? And they say, oh, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? I don't know. I'm like, well, Mr. Shaw, I mean, you want to take $1 for the property? Like, of course not. I'm like, okay, so what price are you at? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, well, would you take $2? No. Would you take $3? No. $4? No. I'm like, hey, well, like, where would I have to do $1,000? $10,000? Like, tell me. I'll write a contract for $1 right now if you want to take it. So obviously, I'd like to make the most on this. No, I'll take 40,000. Oh, okay. Boom. Done like that. And you're going to have angry sellers. You're going to deal with all these things. And, now this always works for what Rick calls ODN. Off market, direct to seller, needs to sell. This is what our closing methods are always for. If it's outside of those methods, if you're doing on market, probably wouldn't work. Facebook ads definitely ain't going to work. That's just a different type of marketing approach. Just standard lowball would work best for that, in my opinion. But going from there. So that's the way we always teach how to do it because that's the way that always works. Going from there, though, I would say standard lowball, simple, and you're good to go. Now, let's talk about comps. Let's talk about just finding the offer price or finding a number that works best. I will tell you this. You are overthinking comps. I promise you watching this. You are overthinking your comps. So many of y'all overthink. It's insane to me. What should my offer price be? What should my comps be? What are my repair costs? I get all these things. Lord. Okay. Drives me crazy. All right. You're overthinking this. Let me show you. If you are inside of the free wholesaling community, freewholesaling.com, by the way, hopefully we have 15,600 people in the free community right now, and we just started a couple months ago. So shout out to everybody in there. But let's go into, we also have a 26-page PDF. Let me drop that PDF in for everyone. We have a 26-page PDF on how to get into wholesaling real estate, how to start. Let's actually open up that PDF. It's also in the course too, but let's open up that PDF. This is my software stack. This is my 26 pages on how to get started wholesaling real estate in 2025, right? But let's go here on comps or finding the offer price. We're into scripts, tips, tricks, all these things. Let's go on to offer price. Okay. Right here is our repair cost MAO calculator. So here it is. So this is my calculator. All right. All you got to do is put in the property size, 2,000 square feet. Does it need a new roof? Yes or no? Yes, it does. Does the kitchen need updates? Yes or no? No, it does not. Does the house need new flooring? No, it does not. How many bathrooms need reno? 2. How many bedrooms need renovations? 1. Throw in the Zillow link. Does it have foundation issues? No. Boom. It will generate you a prompt to give the DeepSeek AI, because DeepSeek is the best one so far. And it literally will go out here, look at the repair and labor costs for the area. It will go inside the Zillow. It will analyze the Zillow property. It would be better if you can upload pictures of the property. That would actually even be better. But by the way, we're not doing that yet. And it's basically giving you the exact repair cost. And it works better than any chart or any analysis that I've personally seen. I'm telling you right now, this is a game changer for AI when it comes to figuring out your repair costs. DeepSeek has changed everything with it. It's way better than anything else, and you're good to go from there. Then from there, if you want to find your MAO, okay, my ARV is $340,000, and it needs $65,000, like a big gut job there. Click Calculate MAO. It says your MAO is $247,000, and your LAO, your least allowable offer, what your initial offer to the seller should be, $173,000. Does this help you overthink this? It drives me crazy. Done. Nobody else is doing this for free. Most guys will sell this calculator to you for like $50. It's stupid. You guys, it's all free. Boom, done. Give them to you for free. Why would I charge you guys? I'm not charging you for anything except for X leads. But you don't even need X leads. So done. That's how you do it. Simple as that. Guys, you're overthinking your comps, guys. It drives me crazy. Now from there, how do we sell our deals? Well, there's only two ways to sell your wholesaling deals, really, right? There's free and paid ways to sell a said wholesaling real estate deal. Number one, the free way, Zillow for Rents. That is my favorite free way of getting a deal right now sold is to go to Zillow, go to the for rent section, and then from there, go to the for rent section, call up the landlords and say, hey, there we go. We're going to be on, like, I'd say Zillow for rents. So find the cash buyers. So call up the landlord, say, hey, I'm not looking to rent on any property. I'm seeing if you are looking to buy any more rentals. Boom, cash buyer done. Facebook groups. We show you how to copy and paste. Is it in the PDF? Let me see. It should be in the PDF. Let's go to the PDF. I'm just going to the PDF because I'm being a lazy bum and just showing you it's all in there, by the way. That's why how cool this PDF is. Let's go here. Actually, no, that's not the PDF. Where is it? Let's see. There we go. So let's show how to find cash buyers on the PDF. Because literally right on there. How do I sell the deal? Let's see. My closing systems, contract, cash buyer, Craigslist, Facebook groups, all these things are free, not paid. What if you can't find buyers? Boom, shows you why you can't find them, how to do it. Facebook groups. You can copy this. How's that deep discount? You copy this and paste these in Facebook groups for real estate. Boom. You're going to get inbound leads. Pretty simple. You can cold call cash sales and X leads. You can qualify them using these questions. It's pretty easy. Now, if you can do Craigslist, Facebook groups, cold call cash sales, RIAs, realtors, use a dispo software like X leads, new agents, realtors, all that stuff. But the free ways are Zillow for Rents, Facebook groups, auctions, JVs, realtors, and then pages. Use X leads as a dispo software, create a listing, like a wholesale list. You can blast it out. Good to go from there. One thing I'll tell everyone is if you can dedicate at least 15 hours a week of marketing and you're able to track your numbers, you'll be pretty much good to go. The problem is a lot of you guys aren't tracking your numbers, and it drives me crazy. Track your numbers. If you don't know where you're going unless you're tracking it, and you should track your numbers on exactly where you need to be at right now. So I'm telling everyone, if you actually want to start getting a deal, like you want a deal, you want to change your life, you want to have success, 15 hours a week of marketing. That's all I'm asking you. Government lists, skip tracer for free at TruePeopleSearch.com, cyberbackgroundchecks.com. That is it. Just track your numbers. Track your information. That is it. Guys, you will have success if you just stick to a plan and focus on one KPI, one key performance indicator. And this is running those offers up. The more offers you make, the more money you make in wholesaling real estate. How do you get more offers? You do more marketing. You get more leads. You get more things locked up. Get it sold. Get rich. Wholesale real estate, flipping paper, whatever you want to call it. All you got to do is just start. So if you want to start, go to freewholesaling.com. That's my free community, free wholesaling course. It's all in there, freewholesaling.com, PDF, all that stuff. I think I just dropped it in the comments there. And you should be good for success wholesaling real estate. So let me answer some questions really quick on what's up with y'all and what's going on. Ethan says, I'm struggling with acquisitions badly. I have no idea why. Let me know why. Interesting. Let's see here. Zach, what are the price for the Ginn Games winners this month? So we're switching up the Ginn Games in February a little much. I think we're going to do the grand one for January. So we're working with school on tracking it because we're having a very hard time tracking February. So that's why we haven't said anything about February. They're working on making us a custom dashboard for it. But right now I can't track any of the winners because it's really screwed up actually. So yeah, we're having a little problem for February, but we'll get back with you on that. And if you're a winner on the previous ones, Sinatra, which is John, we just gave you access to Ninja Mode yesterday. So yeah. Speaking of yeah said I paid $5K for mentorship and I have a $2K payment due on the 3/1 and I don't have money for it. What should I do to get even a low quality cheap deal done? Okay, this sounds like a troll. Do I want to show you how to get a deal so you can go pay someone? Oh, Lord. Dude, go to freeholstein.com, government list, call the probates, so you can pay your mentor his money, his extortion, or her extortion. Ladies can sell courses too, you know. Oh, Lord. 0 to hero. This is crazy to me, bro. Did you even watch the video I just made? I don't know what fine you'd get. Drives me crazy. Also, check out the Discord, ZachDiscord.com. Where's the PDF? Again, the PDF, I'm going to scroll on the bottom. It is freewholesaling.com. The word free, the word wholesaling.com. Freewholesaling.com is exactly where to go for that. Let's see here. So if you have problems calculating ARV, I would just find 3 or 4 comps, find the average, and do that. I'm not a big proponent on freaking out about ARV or spending all this time. Yeah. If you have a problem calculating ARV, I think that's more of a problem with you because you find 3 or 4 comps, or you're in a really, really small market, which I don't think you are. Let's see here. Let's see here. People need to start comping before they qualify the seller. I don't agree. I think you should qualify the seller, then comp. Because if the seller's not qualified for a cash offer, maybe they're good for creative. Or you can always follow up with them too. So they should always be in your stream if they want to sell. Let's see. All righty. Let's see what the questions we got here. Some good questions today, though. Fired up today. Let's see. No, when I was pulling those government lists, I just signed a bunch of things saying I was not going to sell them. And I've gotten that forever. So I don't want the government to be mad at me. Let's see. Sloth is a, yes. don't want to be lazy. Let's see here. Some good questions though. Let's see here. Appreciate it, D. Yeah, basically it's a 26-page handbook. It's crazy. Let's see here. Should I write? See, I shouldn't write a book. I have a 26-page PDF. I think it's better than a book. And the problem is the book's going to change info the next day. Let's see here. They call it the present because it's a present. I 100% agree. Jeez, we had a lot of comments today. I appreciate everyone commenting. Also, by the way, if you comment on the Flip with Rick or the Zach and YouTube channels, me and or Rick, usually me, personally answers the comments back. So make sure you comment on the videos because we do personally comment back on every single comment you make. So if you question or something, let us know there too. Let's see. There you go, Ivan. Putting together a driving for dollars list and looking for a title search company. Awesome. Appreciate that, Johnny. What's up, Troy? What's up, everyone? All righty. Awesome. Guys, if you want to join the community for free, just go to freewholesaling.com. That is where the secrets of success is. Just kidding. But all of our tools, calculators, all that free stuff is in freewholesaling.com. So make sure you go to freewholesaling.com to join it. Also, we have a free Discord. It's called zachdiscord.com. If that's your jam, they're both super, super active. And like always, guys, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you soon. This is Zach Ginn signing out. Have a blessed one.